Well, most people don't know this, but this year, even with Trump in the White House, the government's going to give out more government grants than ever before. That's right. And here's the data from it. It's going to be 4,000. I mean, 4,800,000,000,000. That's the total. And what's interesting is that averages out to 18,767,000 per grown up in this country. So everybody's eligible for that $18,000 or more. And it's in thousands of different places. That's why people don't know about this. They don't know how to apply. The applications are really easy. It's finding the right applications that's hard. And so that's what we do. And I've been doing this for 50 years, trying to show people about where these applications are. And what happens is, see, the government gives money and help when the private sector doesn't. So, in other words, the private sector right now is selling you houses, right? And they're very expensive, so people can't afford it. So, what the government does is put in a lot of money and grants to give to people to buy houses. Okay, so here's New York. They just, every day there's something. This is just yesterday. A new program with millions and millions of dollars are given to people to buy homes. And what I'm trying to do is teach people where these are. Now, here, look at this chart. This will give you an idea of how big this money is that's given out from the government. Look at the right-hand side of this chart, and it shows 60%. Now, that yellow part, the right-hand side, 60%, is capitalism. That's all the organizations that give services and sell houses and all this kind of stuff, but they want money from you. See, capitalism is doing things for money, okay, and it works very well with us, and we've grown because of that. But there's another part of our economy. Look at the left-hand side of that. That's called, to me, the community part of the society, which gives money to people. And look how big it is. It's 40%. And that's government offices and nonprofit organizations that give you money. So when we have a community problem like housing, not enough housing, it's too expensive, well, the community steps in and solves that problem by giving out free money. That's what it's all about. That's where grants come from. Grants do not come from the right-hand side, which is the capitalism side. It comes from the community side, that gives money. So that's what you have to realize. You're looking in the wrong places if you go to Google, because Google is all about capitalism. So what we do at Lesko Help is show you how to find all these other programs that are not part of Google, not part of capitalism, but they're part of our community society. And that's, people who take care of each other. And that's what we're doing as a community. Just like when we have the fire station comes out and puts the fire out in your house and saves your house, and they don't charge you money. They don't ask for your credit card first. Now, if that was on from the Google, they'd ask for a credit card first before they give you any help. So that's what our community society does, and they give money and help to people who need it. And so we identify those problems and people who need money to get housing. Okay, now how do you find all these programs? Okay, number one, you do not go to Google. Okay, that's the important thing. You do not go to Google. The first thing you do is go here. Go to HUD.gov/counseling. Okay, and then what you're going to find there is a whole bunch of free consultants that will help you find these programs, because they're different in every city. They're different everywhere, okay? So that's what you need. You need that help in doing that. And then, see, because here's a listing of brand new programs come up. Now, look at here, $450 million grants to pay mortgages, to pay utilities, and even small businesses. Oh, I misspelled businesses. And their COVID money that's still left over, they're putting $500 million into people to buy houses. Okay, here Cincinnati is giving $20 million to increase home buying activities for middle income families. So here are grants to help middle income families buy homes. Okay, that's a special program. That's brand new, just yesterday. Okay, more home grants for buyers home buyers, seniors, and people with disabilities. Okay, that's in New York. That's available too, that people don't know about. Okay, now here's a program that some nonprofits put together, and they identify 1,676 separate government home down payment grants that you could get up to $200,000 from. That's 1,000 or 1,600 separate opportunities that give grants, only grants. Again, not in Google. Okay. And here's another study I found, because there's so much. See, what happens is sharks come out when there's a lot of trouble. So if people are having trouble buying homes and need money and grants, now the sharks come out. So here's a report that shows home buyers are more likely to be victims of real estate fraud. So there's so many fraud out there. That's another reason not to go to Google. Not only that you won't find grants, but you're going to find people going to cheat your money off of you. So that's why when you want to get help and you don't have money, if you have a lot of money, then go bless your heart out or spend your heart out and Google. If you don't have that, you got to stay away from Google. Okay. And that's the important thing, because frauds. And then here are the sample of kind of programs that are available locally. This is what you have to find. Programs like this. Here, there's a $100,000 down payment grant in Montana. There's another $150,000 down payment grant in California. Here's $100,000 to buy a down payment on a 1 to 4 family home. So that means you could live in one and rent out the other 3 homes as a investor. So they give you all the money to do that too, $100,000. Here, Florida has one for a $100,000 grant to buy a home in Florida. These are all from government offices and nonprofit organizations. Where I live in Washington, D.C., they have a program for $200,000. Now, all these programs come and go. That's why these programs, some may be there still, some may not be, but there are new ones there. Now, what you have to do is do the work to find all these programs, okay? And here's the best places to find all those programs that will be where you are. Now, we know about these things because we've been studying this I've been studying this for 50 years. So there's a whole list of organizations that just give out money. So like neighborworks.org, your National Housing Finance Association in your state capital. Federal Home Loan Banks is a government-supported organization. A Habitat for Humanity is another one. The USDA, Rural Development Offices, have that too. And so all the places that are most likely to have places of free money and help for you to buy a home are there. And they're all .org or .gov. Now there's one or two .com, and that's just an anomaly. But in general, if you don't know what you're doing, never go to a .com. Always go to .org or .gov. Now another thing I want you to know is that what we're doing in Lesko Help is we have a special feature now. Lesko Help is a place where we give you one-on-one help to start applying to all the grants that you're eligible for. And we have 15,000 members. And what happens now is that the members help other members get the money. So if somebody's gotten a grant somewhere, they come on and they show you how they got it. And you could talk to them right there. I mean, every day on our platform, we have 3, 4, maybe even 5 hours of people that are live that you could talk to and find out how they got the money so you can get it too. There's nowhere else in the world. This is only $20 a month. You can eat as much as you can. And we also give our own grants out. We give out over $50,000 every month to people to use the money to pay their bills or even spend on them, whatever the hell they want. And we do that monthly. We have 4 different grants that do that. So you get one-on-one help from experts. You get one-on-one help from people who have already got this money and tell you, we have 15,000 people that are there to help each other take advantage of these programs because the government doesn't advertise. Google, you won't find them in there. So you have to stay away from Google. The applications are easy, because it's usually just 3 or 4 pages to fill in the blanks. What's hard is finding the right place. And it's hard because people are going to Google looking for it. You'll never find it. So you have to learn the system, where it is, And all the links I talked about are in the description below. So you could go below there and get all those links I talked about. So you don't have to give me money. But if you want to, I'm at leskohelp.com, leskohelp.com. It's only $20. And as soon as we process your credit card like a good capitalist, you could start applying and get the personal help that you need to apply to every government grant you're eligible for. The fat cats use the hell out of this stuff. And that's what bothers me. And that's why it's going to keep me around as long as I can breathe. I'm going to try to help people learn about these wonderful programs that are out there. Maybe you may like the program, fine, but I know some people need them out there, and I want the people who need them to know about them, okay? And there's thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of programs for anything, not only housing, but for starting a business, getting rid of debt, getting an education, a better job, paying your bills. Gosh, training, healthcare, legal help, all that is free, but not in Google. Please don't use Google.